FOS TV is brought to you by the Lions Den. The Den always has been and always will be about enjoying family and friends in an environment steeped in Happy Valley tradition. So come back to the Den, the perfect place to recall old memories while creating new ones.
Okay, let's go, guys. I want to go home.
Joe, despite the win, how do you think you guys played? Do you feel fortunate?
Well, you always feel fortunate when you win. I thought we hung in there, as you said. I think obviously we could do some things a little better, and hopefully we will. But I don't want to take anything away from the win because I tried to tell people I thought that was as good a Temple team as I've ever seen going into it. I've seen a lot of them. When I first came to Penn State in 1950, we played them. And Wayne Harden came over to say hello last night, talked about some of the teams he had. So I thought we were going to be in for a tough ball game. And I thought the kids hung in there and did some things well. But we got a ways to go, obviously.
Joe, because your kicking game's been so bad, is that why you went for it, fourth down after the timeout, instead of pull us off the field?
Well, that was part of it. I think the score and the fact that we were doing as well as we were defensively, I felt that we could take a couple of chances. Because we did, outside of that one, two drives in there, I thought we played a good defensive football game. I don't think people realize just how good that one running back is. He's a good back, and we did a good job on him, and I think they're doing a heck of a job coaching. They give you a lot of problems with their offense and with their defense. So I don't know. I just felt that was the thing to do.
Joe,
even though we got to improve our kicking, obviously, that wasn't very good.
Joe, what did you think of Bolden's poise on that last drive?
Pardon me?
Bolden's poise. What were your impressions of Bolden's poise on that last drive?
I thought both quarterbacks did well. We've got to. I think we've got to sit down and start to get a couple other people involved in the pass game, and we'll do that. But I thought the kids, quarterbacks did well. At times I was disappointed in some of our pass protection, but overall I thought I think both those kids are pretty good. They're not great yet. They got a ways to go, but I think both of them are pretty good.
What do you mean other people involved in the pass game?
Just that, got to get a lot of people involved in it.
You mean receivers, quarterbacks, coaches?
Well, wide running backs, things like that. Throw the ball to me, show you how quick I am.
Coach, you talked about the importance of forcing turnovers. You got a lot of turnovers today. How much was that emphasized and stressed throughout the week and today?
Well, I think it's right. We emphasize it all the time. I've always tried to preach that turnovers make the difference, and you got to make them happen. You guys have heard me give that speech 1,000 times. Most of the time, you lose a turnover battle, you lose the ball game. But when you win the turnover battle, you usually win the game. Now, today, poor kicking offset the fact that we did a really good job, I thought, with some team turnovers.
Joe, have you struggled with the kicking in practice as well? Is that something that's been an issue?
Well, obviously, we're not, I don't know. Some days we do kick really well, some other days no. I wish I had the answer to that, baby. I'm not sure. Some days we look pretty darn good and you feel good, and other days we don't do so well. And, I think that even the block punt was not really, our guys were a little bit upset with the blocking, but I think the kid punting the ball just took too long. Took the ball, took a look at it to make sure it was a football, and then he kicked it.
Joe, is the quarterback rotation based on feel, or is there a system to that when you swap them in the second round?
Well, we try to, we're trying to give them both as much time, unless somebody would come forward in practice during the week. They're both so even in practice. You know, there's a couple of things that one kid does a little better than the other and at times. And so it's, you know, I honest to goodness, to be fair with those kids, and I try to make sure we're not hurting the football team. It's one of the toughest dilemmas I've had as a coach, because they're both those kids work like, they really work hard. They practice well. And I think when I talk to some of the kids on the team, they have no feelings as to which one's in there. Because I've talked a lot to all the kids on the team. So hey, we'll see.
Coach, are you guys having trouble getting a timeout at the end of the first half? You had a lot of time went off.
What are you gonna hang up about timeouts?
I'm a timeout.
What are you already get a hot dog or what? Every time you ask me a question, you ask me about timeouts. I had to hurry, huh? Well, we were trying to get a play in, yeah. We thought we could, and I was a little bit nervous about trying to get one in when we started on our own line. What were we, 19-yard line, 18-yard line? And then when we did a couple of things pretty good, we took a shot at it. And of course, we didn't make any points out of it, but I thought kids made a couple of plays before the half. And now we never tried, and I wasn't sure we should be calling timeouts. I'm not so sure I'd do the same thing in a different situation. I don't know. Sometimes it's just a gut feeling.
Joe, is the team making too many penalties for this point of the season?
Well, they were close. I don't know. I gotta look at them. Yeah, I think, no question. We had, how many we have, like 7, 8? I don't know. I know we have a lot. You'd like to come out of a ball game with 2-3 penalties at the most, but I gotta look and see what last week, obviously, we had a situation where the officiating was, I thought, not really great. I thought the guys today did a pretty darn good job.
Joe, were you able to go down at halftime and talk with the team?
Did I come down at halftime? No, I didn't come down at halftime. It's too long. I walked. I went out in the field because I wanted to, I'm trying to build it up. And I walked out with the linebackers and stood on the field. It gave me a chance to visit the coach, who I think is doing a heck of a job here. But I think Al Golden left him a good situation. I think they're on the verge of being a really dominant football team, and particularly in their league. I think they're doing a really good job. But when you have to walk all the way down and across, and I was afraid I'd run out of gas and be on the sideline and get in the way, or I'd be a distraction. I didn't want the kids worried about where I was standing and that kind of stuff until I can move a little better. Now, I think this week I'll be, I should be over that now. I should be able to get out in the field this week, and I'm in practice, and I should be able to do it in the ball game.
Joe, Moy finally seemed to get on track today. Seems like he has a pretty good
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the first one.
Derek Moy finally got on track today. Boy.
Why'd I go to what?
No, I said Derek finally got on track today. Boy. Yeah, McGloin seems to have a good connection with him. Seems like the McGloin committee game is throwing something.
You're bringing up something I never even thought about.
Anything else for Coach? Okay.
Okay, guys. Hey, Mr. Michigan playing the second one.
Michigan's up 14-3 at that.
It was 20.
You guys don't know how much score.
It was 21-3 the last time.
You're going to get an iPhone.
Hey, Al, what are you doing?
He's still working.
Hey, Wayne came over.